All right, so you've been in the military for 20 years. What are you thinking now? Like, how does this impact you in your creative endeavors?
Well, because normally 20 years is when a lot of people say, that's when you push the button, retire, and live the second half of your life. I got a couple more years. Um, but creatively, it is kind of not pushing me to start chasing or getting more after my creative ambitions. But it's kind of lighting a fire into me a little bit to get a little bit more serious and start taking those chances, like we were talking about before we started recording.
Is there, for like, so you say taking more chances, is there something like, say, I'm assuming you say 20 years, I'm assuming you're like in your 40s or late 30s.
Mm-hmm.
Would you, like, is there chances you wouldn't take, say, if you were like 22 years old, that you're like, let me just do this right now?
Well, I don't think it's more age wise. I think it's more kind of where I'm set at as a family. Like, I know there's multiple people depending on me financially to do some things. So if it was just probably me, I would take more risk to see what was out there for me, chasing my goals. But I think now I'm just trying to be a little bit more cautious, kind of planning them out a little bit more, which probably in turn causes me to miss out on some opportunities. It has in the past, and um, do I regret it? A little bit, but I'm happy where I'm at now.
Can you explain some of the things you have to be cautious about and some opportunities that you've missed?
Um, just more so when you're looking at how comedy or commentary or how the internet, like a lot of this production, video, YouTube and stuff is out there. For me, I got a podcast, and when you look up podcasts on YouTube, you see these people with studios in their homes, or like they're renting out studios, and that's coming out of some money. And I'm just like, I want production value like that, but I can't just shell out that kind of money because my kids like warmth in the winter and food and stuff. So it's one of those things where you gotta kind of just be cautious and work with what you got, and hopefully slowly get up to where you want to get to.
Do you have a feeling of inadequacy when you see these production setups and you're like, I want to be like that, or is it kind of this will come eventually?
Yes and no. But you have to understand, like, Joe Rogan started his podcast after he was Joe Rogan, after he had fame and all this other stuff. A lot of people, they start up podcasts within the last 4 or 5 years or whatever, had already had fame. I don't think there's anybody who started from obscurity like I have to where Joe Rogan is over. I don't think that's going to happen overnight, right? So you just got to take it day by day and enjoy the small wins you get. With whatever your creative process is.
So in the military, I feel like it embeds routine into you. Mm-hmm. Is there points where you're so routine based where it takes out of the fun out of creativity, but you're like, I want to get good at this and I'll do it anyways? Or like...
Yes and no. Again, you do kind of get in a sense of, I mean, they don't beat it in you, but after so many years, it's like, this is, somebody does this, you should expect this, or this is your job, I expect you to do this. So that, along with trying to plan ahead, I'm a big, try to plan a couple months out. That's probably my extent, because I don't want to worry too much. But I think a lot of the things, and me and you both know, like, just spontaneous, like in the moment stuff is probably some of the best stuff you can capture. It's some of the, like, you get the realest reaction. It doesn't seem fake or anything like that. That's what I want to be doing, but then I'm thinking like how can I maximize on this spontaneity, and then it ends up looking fake, So it's like a small battle, but that's one of those things we were talking about, taking that chance. Just put this out, see what it does, man. It's the worst thing that can happen is it gets 0 views, which is what your video's getting when you don't post it anyway. So,
Yeah, I feel that spontaneity. But it's like anytime I pull out my camera in real life, I feel so cringe. It's like, I don't
I don't want to be that guy. It's just because everybody looks around like something funny will happen in a Target, and you're just like, oh shit, this is, and then like other people are shopping like, oh, look at this grown man trying to be on TikTok or trying to be fucking,
It's that label, people. no matter what it is, people don't really respect the label of, say, you're trying to be like a YouTuber, or say, like, even a TikToker. Even
right.
I'd say TikToker, that's cringe. YouTuber, oh, that's cool.
Because they already, like, TikToker, they're like, oh, you're like a 15, 16-year-old Gen Z, don't give a fuck about anything, and, you know, all you're about is your phone. You're not embracing the world as it is, when they don't understand that they're seeing things in the world differently, you know, and low key, it's just like I'm not gonna lie, people are hating on these kids making this money. Like the kid on YouTube that reviews toys, 28 million.
Yeah.
28 million? Bro, I would gladly. I'm looking at my 4-year-old now like, we need to start getting you start getting you through the reps, because I want some of this toy. Nah, I'm playing, but I just hate the fact that people look at individuals who are wanting to do something for themselves, make a living for themselves, do something that they enjoy to do for a living, and are just like, oh, it's a TikToker. Oh, look at this dude. Oh, he has his phone everywhere. Like, this is what I do. This is my hobby. This is my job. So.
What do you think about? I think it was maybe a few years ago now. There was this kid that won a stupid amount of money off of Fortnite or something. That
16 million.
Yeah, and it was more than the tennis world champions make.
Uh-huh.
People were kind of like, that's ridiculous. What did you think on that? Kind of coming from creativity.
I'm not mad at him, because it's not his fault somebody wants to pay him 16 million to be good at Fortnite. They should be mad at the company who is paying them, and they couldn't even be mad at the company because it's their money. People who play professional sports, retarded amount of money for playing basketball, football, tennis, whatever, and it's not their fault. Like, the demand is there. Somebody's like, I really want somebody good on my basketball team. I'll give you $100 million. I'm good. Here you go. And then the average person is like, that's ridiculous. All that money. They can be given to the homeless. Like, are you giving to the homeless? Like, everybody's worried about everybody else's pockets except their own. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things. Whoever is making money, doing what they love to do, I don't see any problem with that.
Yeah, I just thought the more people you're servicing, the more money you're going to get paid in return.
Yes.
So it's like the more people care about you playing Fortnite than you winning a tennis grand championship. Like,
perfect example. NBA and WNBA. Same sport, right? Same sport, basketball. It's just financially, like, more people gravitate towards the NBA, generates more money. Not so many for the WNBA. So they don't generate as much, so they don't get paid as much as it. It's like basic math. It's nothing against, like, oh, women's sports are bad. It's just business model. Like, our business isn't making enough to pay you as much as these other guys. Either we tweak and find something that'll draw people to us, or we just settle for what we're getting.
Mm-hmm. How do you find the balance between having a marriage and kids and making sure you're still, doing what you're striving to do?
It's difficult. I appreciate my wife. She's real supportive of it. I try to designate days of the week where I'm just like, I'm going to be doing this. So, like, I get off work on Fridays. Friday nights, I'm doing the podcast, starting to edit, all that good stuff. And then probably either a Saturday or a Sunday, that's when I shore up the edits and make sure I post everything on all the platforms and stuff. But it is very important to try to find that balance. When I first started, I was just ate up in the process. Like, man, the grind is everything. I'm going to make it, bro. They're going to do a documentary about this. And there will be, like, whole days where, like, I haven't talked to my kids, Wow. And, yeah. Like, I was just in the living room just editing stuff, and I sat back, and my wife was taking the youngest up to bed. He was like, yep, go say goodnight to Dad. And he was like, night, Dad. And I was just like, yo, that's the first thing he had said to me, and I said back to him all Friday. And, like, I sat back, and I was like, yeah, I gotta try to schedule and plan this stuff out a little bit better. So
is that because I can't relate? I have
Right.
a Chihuahua, I have a son. Is that just like pain that comes through, or do you feel like you're not doing your job?
that part. Think about Will Smith in Pursuit of Happiness. The restroom crying. Not that intense, but I was just like, yo, I feel like I'm failing my family. It probably in my wife's eyes and my kids' eyes are just like, Dad's busy today. But to me, it hit me different, and I was just like, I need to kind of plan this out and be more I guess, strategic with my time. I know that sounds horrible, but
You
with
get-
family and chasing this dream of mine.
You gotta lock in an itinerary. That's as simple as it is. Just.
Yeah.
I mean, even with me, I don't know. I feel like I work best when I at least have one thing I need to do. Then I can structure my day around that. Like.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, you can be like, I did this, right?
Like even though you were in my calendar, and today I was just like, all right, well I need to get this stuff done before Willie comes over. So it's like I wrote my 5 jokes. I did my yoga and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But if I don't have that, I'm not gonna do it until 10 o'clock at night.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah, so when you're looking at your content you make,
mm-hmm.
How are you as far as, are you ever satisfied? Are you like, this is good? Are you your harshest critic, or how does that work?
I am my harshest critic, but I think everybody is their own harshest critic. Like, you can go up there, you can do a set, standing ovation, everything, right? But in your head, you can be like, there's a joke that I told out of order, and it would have hit even better, So like, you'll take it, you'll be like, oh yeah, that was good, but man, it could have been way better, And some people tend to just focus on that. I try not to. I see what I could do better, show by show. Myself and my co-host Kelvin. After the show's done, we kind of talk and be like, yeah, we probably could have did this, and this better, and then we try to do it on the next show. So you always got to be improving. Like, you can never think that you are the epitome of your art, if that makes sense.
No, it's like, it's definitely always got to be in second place, I don't know, that's the mentality. It's just like, I'm always trying to beat somebody, because, the first, there's just some story about this dog who was the fastest in the world, and he just kind of, once he didn't have anyone to chase anymore, he became the slowest dog in the world, because...
Motivation's gone. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%, man.
Mm-hmm. And how is it kind of working with people? Because I hate it, it's so hard. Like, that's why I do so much stuff solo, because, like, it's me.
Right.
So how's that for you?
I think, this sounds weird, if I had a choice to be able to do what I want to do solo, I probably would, and it's nothing against the people I work with. It's more of, it's the convenience of it. Like, if I'm free, I can do whatever, right? But if you're working with people, like, it's so much coordination that has to go into it. And then with my show that I do with Kaylee, he's in California and I'm out here, so it has to be, hey, when can you get on? Are you free? Something comes up, and then it just delays everything at that point, So, work with people, like, it's fun because you can have somebody to bounce ideas off of, and if I'm ever falling short of something, somebody can pick it back up. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But the convenience of working solo, it is. Sounds weird, but it is something that I envy. People who do solo stuff, Yeah,
it's kind of great, yes and no, because at the same time, like, my wife will hold the camera for me, and I'm like, she'll give me feedback. I was like, I didn't want your feedback. I wanted you to hold the camera.
Yo, so flip it on you. How is it? Because, like, I see your wife in the skits and everything. She looks like she's all for it. Like, how important is that to you? Like, that your wife is so supportive of what you're doing?
It's really good. It's great, but at the same time, I gotta make sure I'm doing my part and making sure we just hang out, because I think when I first started comedy, I was out, 5 o'clock to go sign up for the mics. We'd be back at 12 a.m. And it's just like, there's not much time going on for marriage, and I think I did that for like 5 months until, like, I just got COVID.
Nature was like, sit your ass down, man.
But yeah, I mean, like, I'm very supportive, but I just got to make sure, like I have stuff in the calendar, like, just go out to eat, because it's not like when you do extravagant stuff, like, we split Hawaiian meals together, because Hawaiians eat a lot. Like,
yes, they do.
So yeah, I mean, that's about it. Just kind of making sure she just feels satisfied, because she moved to Arizona for me.
Wow. And
so, like, I took her out of her support system.
Right. Kind of shitty just being like, hey, stay here, I'll be back at midnight.
Yeah, she's like, can we have a baby? I'll get you a dog, visit that back later.
We'll find some cats. Bring them in here.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it's great. I mean, I've seen a lot of people comment, just be like, it's so cool your wife does that with you. Mm-hmm. But then again, creatively, I'm an asshole. Like, this is my vision, and then if people take in too much, I'm like, stop. Like there's like, I stopped doing it as much because like she kept giving me feedback. And I'm like, I just want this made. Like I dick around.
You're not seeing it like I'm seeing it.
Yeah, but all the feedback she's given me, it's always been for the better. Mm-hmm. Like, cause she is the consumer of the product, so she's just like, this makes more sense. I think, but yeah, I don't know. Just for me, it's just because I dick around 23 hours a day. And for the 1 hour I take initiative. I'm like, no, nobody interrupt me. Like, get away.
I like that.
Yeah.
There's only 1 hour. I'm serious, man. Don't. Not when I'm creating.
Yeah. How's that for you? Are you easy startup creativity wise, or kind of just kind of to start something? You know, how's that for you?
You might have this problem. Like, so we started this podcast thing, and then you're just like, well, what else can we do? What can we do outside of this? Let's roast some shitty movies, right? Let's find some movies. We'll do a watch party. We'll go live, stream it, roast the movie. Okay. Oh, let's do reviews. Let's have a game night. We get too creative. Like, we start thinking, like, the floodgates open. So it's hard to want to always produce something, keep people coming back. Like, we got something for everybody, but at the same time, like, I don't want it to be quantity over quality with what I'm doing. So when it comes to, hey, let's sit down and think of something we can create. Like, I'll be the biggest nitpicker and try to find the faults in everything, just so we can sure it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just think it's a double-edged sword, because right now I'm in that stage where I'm all about quantity over quality. Because, like, if you spend a month to make something and then you get 4 views, you're going to be super discouraged.
Oh my God. No, I feel you.
So, I think it's just kind of finding out what sticks, because every YouTube channel that I've seen that has even 20,000 subs.
Yeah.
If you go back to the beginning of their page, it just looks like a salad. Like,
all over the place.
It's all over the place. Mm-hmm. So what have you found that sticks? And then is it stuff that you like that sticks, or is it surprising for you?
I think for the most part, the stuff that sticks, it's not surprising, because I think a lot of people who do watch the show follow and support. They like how genuine it is. They like how it's me being me and Kelvin being Kelvin. There have been times where we have seen or dabbled with the thought of seeing what's popular on YouTube and just piggybacking on that. Like, all the topics everybody else talks about throughout the week on their podcast, be like, let's talk about that stuff too, because their show got that and they use these hashtags. Let's do that.
It's like Dave Chappelle, Jake Paul,
oh my gosh,
all that.
Man. Yeah. So, no, Jake Paul, that guy. But it's one of those where if it's something that we both sincerely want to talk about, we'll put it on there. And if it's something that we don't want to talk about, but it'll get numbers up or something, sometimes we'll throw it in the show if we're running low on content or something like that. But it's something, and I realize it's probably hurting numbers and stuff, but it's something that I think makes our show what it is. Like, we just talk about stuff that affects us, and sometimes some shows get a lot of viewers, sometimes they don't. They tune in there just like, man, this is boring. Like, why aren't you talking about Jake Paul? Like,
well, I think like that. How is it as far as networking? Because at least for my, like, I'm not in it, but I figured the biggest way to do it is to kind of have a guest. You go on their show, they go on your show, so you guys exchange audiences.
Right.
How's that been?
So we've had a few guests on the show that have some followings and stuff, and I think with our group, they're really good with supporting people for what they can, like viewing videos, leaving comments and things like that, probably checking out networks and stuff. But when the other person's group or whatever, we don't see that boost or anything like that, I used to get pissed about it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, you're just using us because, you see, all people do is look at the number of people in the group. They're like, oh shit, you got, 1,500 people in here. Let me do your show. when you gonna let me on the show? You know, I'll get those messages and stuff like that. Like, you've been on the show twice already. Like, there's no reason for you to come back.
I personally felt that. Not only because of, like, I seen your group and I kind of sometimes I want to post it, but I'm like, I'm not interacting with these people. Like, I feel like an asshole if I just post my video here and never do anything.
Just post. And that's another thing I like about our group is, like, we understand, like, I mean, because we're there now, the slow grind to get to where you want to be. I'm a big fan of karma. I really believe it's out there. So if we can do anything to help somebody get one step closer, like one rung up the ladder, closer to where they got to go, like, why not just do that? Like, it's costing me nothing except clicking, hey, look, check my boy out, you know, or hey, you know, I bought a t-shirt from whatever, or I bought a painting from, you know, like, just small people that are just trying to get after their goals like we're doing. Like, who am I to be like, nah, you're too small for us, like.
No, I do that high key. I repost stay notes. I don't watch them. Like, I just like, I don't know. Was it supposed to be like, it's just like, I don't think this is good, but as a friend, I know the dopamine rush you'll get from getting an extra like or somebody reposting it. Yeah. So that's why I do that.
And I used to be like that. Like, I don't want to post it and put my stamp of approval on, oh, Willie likes this, let me check this out. But because it's not my cup of tea, who's to say that one of my friends who looks at it isn't going to relate to that and get a kick out of it? So, like I said, like, for social media, the fact that support for smaller businesses, for like up and coming people getting after it should be higher, you know, because it's nothing to just click share.
I think, yeah, that's why I do it, because it's free. This is kind of like a side question. At least on TikTok, I always see like people like black creators are suppressed. Do you feel that sometimes, or are you kind of like, this doesn't make sense why this doesn't work, or are you kind of like, how do you feel?
I'll tell you what I am mad about. So, like, TikTok. I was just, the other night, I'm just sitting there looking, and there's some funny TikToks out there. Like, I'll get caught in the rabbit hole of, oh, this shit is hilarious. And I'm looking, you know, it's like, you know, 15,000 views, whatever. And then it'll be like, you know, a picture of a chick in workout clothes with, like, some random ass question. You know, she's just going like this, and it's like 15 million views. That's what I'm mad about. The sexism that is in TikTok. And I'm not mad at the ladies who take advantage of it, because, I mean, if it's working, if that's the algorithm, then do what you got to do. But I feel like that probably discourages a lot of people. You know, they put their heart and soul into something, or they create something that is genuinely hilarious, and then, you know, you got simps on there that are just like, bro, we're the chicks in the workout clothes doing the dance.
Do you think of constant ways to change your marketing? Because, I mean, I think we're all marketers, creators, and the whole 9 yards. What do you think, like, how often do you pivot your strategies? Because we used to overreact week to week, right, and try to do something different. What we've done now is just kind of give it a quarter, so, like, we let this roll for 3 months, see how it works out, because sometimes you just gotta let shit ride out, and then maybe it'll even itself out. So every quarter we try to pivot, unless it's something super drastic that immediately shows, you know, it's not what's up. But whether it be, because now you gotta, with YouTube and stuff, like, trying to market the show, paying for ads, how much you're gonna pay for, because depending on how much money you throw at it, you know, it'll throw it in. You've seen the ads, like, you're watching a good stream of videos, and all of a sudden somebody's music video pops up. Like, you can't skip ads anymore. They don't let you skip it as much as they used to.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'll be sitting there, and, like, somebody's homemade music video comes up because they threw a good $250 to Google, and Google's like, this guy will watch it, and I'm just like, I will exit the app and go right back. It sounds bad, because I'm like, I'll push the button, I'm like, 3.5 minutes. Oh my god, I got things I need to do, like watch my next video. But
no, I hate that. I hate when I let YouTube play out, and then they, like, I watch the first ad on accident, and then they're like, oh, you watched that ad? You must want to watch a 2-minute ad without any choices.
Yes. Yep.
I hate that.
Because it'll be the ads that are like 7 minutes long, and it'll be like in 5 seconds, or 7 seconds. In 5 seconds you can skip this ad, and you miss the skip ad button. It's just like, oh, This dude likes ads. Boom, and you're just like, oh, I'm watching this whole trailer now, huh?
It's weird how I can kind of tell when there's a 15-second ad versus a 3-minute ad now. I'm like, all right, this guy is not getting to it that quickly. Like, I know, I gotta get out of the shower.
Yes. Oh, that's the worst one, man. Like, I look immediately down there, and if it's like video will play after ad, I'm like, oh my gosh, man. Leave. Try it again. And Google will be with the shit too. It'll be like, no, I got like 8 more of these 15-second ads for you. So, well played.
I high key subscribe. Like I keep saying high key and low key, but like I unsubscribe from people when they put too much ad rolls in a 10-minute video. And I just don't respect.
Let your dollars speak for you.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't like because I was listening to some NBA talk videos and I'm like, damn, another one, and I'm just like,
yeah, for a 10-minute video. Yeah.
What
or they will try to just extend it just to hit that 10-minute thing, just so they can start throwing the ads in there. I'm just like, bro, this video could have been way shorter to the point, probably more views, but whatever.
No, I feel that. So as far as to kind of wrap this all up, unless you want to add something else on top, as for where do you want your production company, your groups to be in the next year or so? Like, what do you think it's going to take to like get to that point?
I don't know, because we're a part of a network. Myself and Kelvin, we do the Smokepit, and we got some other guys who do some shows. I think it's just the fact that everybody has their own lives, which makes it difficult, right? All I can do is control what I can control, which is the Smokepit, and working with Kelvin, and hopefully we get small goals. The end of 2022, hopefully, we hit our 1K on YouTube. So, whatever views and time and stuff that we get over there, we can start getting some little monetization from it. But I think the ultimate goal with a lot of people's thing is like, I want that to be how I make my living, I never really had a job that I loved to do. I always hear that quote, if you find a job doing something you love, you'll never work a day in your life. I want to see what that's like. So that is kind of low key, high key, taking your bit there. Why I'm still doing what we're doing, because we've been doing this for a little over a year now. And you'll look at numbers and be like, oh, you got is 24 Patreons? Like that's 24 more than we had the start of last year. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to find the small victories and just, celebrate them as they come along, man.
What do you think when you're at work every day? Kind of just, I don't know what you do exactly, but kind of what's your mindset just?
To be honest, like, I do my job. I try to do as much of it to get it out the way, so then I can just focus on how to build the brand. It's sorry. If Commander anybody watch this, I love y'all, whatever, but I'm not gonna lie, man. Like, cause I know I'm not doing the Air Force forever, man. I gotta have something to do on the outside, man, and that's where my focus is at.
I love that. I saw this thing like in other countries on their TikTok. They put engineers and educational TikToks, and every American's just trying to build a brand,
bro. YouTube is where I go when I want to learn something. Like if I'm going on TikTok, I'm going there to laugh at somebody.
I just love, like, I don't know, there's this part like Del Mar, he had said something like, do you know how many people, like millennials, said that if they could be a full-time YouTuber, they would? And I'm like, if you think about that, it's just like, why would you not want to do something you love and like full-time,
right.
Like literally just reacting to pizzas? Like, why would you not want to do that?
Bro, when there's a whole genre where people just get family meals from Popeyes and just eat them on camera and make money, like, who looks at that as just like, that is stupid, unless it's people who are already in dead-end jobs and can't, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. It's just like, who says that? So like, instead, like, I'd rather make 50K dead end. Like, I don't know. It's just like, I don't know.
I'll never do that to myself. Sell my dignity. Like, well, your dignity is, like, obviously a lot of the people who do that, they work out ridiculously. Some don't, and then they get all huge and stuff, and I feel for those guys. But I think the people that are real successful with the mukbang, they professional. Like, they eat, they know what the calories they're taking in, all that good stuff. But yeah, man, like, YouTube and all that stuff, TikTok. If you can make money doing that, I don't see why you wouldn't.
All right. Well, timer's about to run out. It's been 30 minutes. Thank you very much.
No worries, man.